Hey everyone. I'm sorry, our internet has just been so, but in a few weeks, because we're moving, we're going to have some even better internet. So, yay! So, hi everybody. Hey Lisa. Hey Dawn. Yeah, Jim. Sorry, that stinks that our internet keeps going out like this. Hey Denise, how are you? Yes. Hi Tracy. Hi Barbara. Hi Deanna. Hi Denise. Hey Carol, how are you? How is everybody today? Okay, well, yeah, so if you heard that news, we bought a house. So I'm going to do a live this week and I will do a live next week. And then I'm going to take a few weeks off because it's going to take a lot to get everything moved because we're doing it ourselves. So, hey Kelly. Hey everybody. Yeah, I don't know why our internet keeps doing that. It goes strong and then it stops sometimes. So hopefully we won't have any issues. So our move is going to be happening at the beginning of March. Yes, Jeff, I absolutely am blaming the internet. At least I'm smart enough to try and do these lives while my husband is home. So otherwise we'd have all kinds of issues. We did buy a house, Deanna, and we are very, very excited. Yeah. So hopefully it will be our forever house. Even if the Army does decide to move us in this time frame, we're definitely going to try to come back to it because we just love it. We'll rent it out if we have to, but we just love the house. So yes, thank goodness it's Friday, Mary. And thank you, Tracy. We are super excited. Thank you for being excited with us. Hi, Teresa. All right, so let's jump right into what we are making today. And I'm just going to keep on going back to comments and making as we go along. I wanted to bring in some Simon Hurley products today. These are all new to me. These are the brand new products. We've got some brand new stamping blocks. And I know stamping blocks, sometimes you think, okay, stamping blocks. The reason I really like these is because they're actually thin. So most stamping blocks I have are a little bit thicker. This one actually that I have is only a little bit thicker. This is why this one's kind of one of my favorites. Thanks, Carol. But I do love that Simon has some thinner stamping blocks than the ones that are usually out there. And they also have a grid on them. I don't know if you can see that. Let me pull in some paper so that you can, of course, on white paper. But there is a grid on those. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, we're super, super excited. And so there's 2 sizes in there, and then we're also going to be bringing in, thanks Tracy, yeah I know, Friday and a new house coming up. So we've got some circle dies. I'm going to be using this new background called the Water Marble, and then we also have, of course I had to bring in the cats, right? Cool cats, and then some of the stark white cardstock. Obviously this stuff isn't new, but I do like the stark white cardstock. So let's jump right into it. We're going to do some ombre stamping with the inks that I have here. We've got some Sike, Remember Me, and Prom Queen. So let me pull out what we're going to be playing with. How is everybody today? That's okay, Beth. You're really not running late. It's all good. In fact, my internet did what it has done every week, and it started and then stopped. Moves, yes. You know what? I think our moves have been pretty good for us too. There have been a lot of wonderful things that have happened from all the moving around. We've met amazing people all over the country, and actually people from different countries as well in our moves, and it's been wonderful. So our kids would say the same thing, and I know it was tough, but I think they enjoyed it if you ask them. All right, so I am going to, hey Sue, you did make it. Awesome. Happy you're here. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to pull out the guts of my Misty because we don't need that because we're using a rubber stamp. And so I'll just pull out my rubber stamp, and I am actually going to go ahead and tape this piece down. I have a piece of this stark white cardstock. I have it trimmed down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So the full front of A2. And then I'm just going to kind of stick it in there. I'm not putting it in the corner. The reason for that, your internet's been weird too. Yeah, it's, anyway, my husband was able to get us set up with Google Fiber for the new place. And so I'm really excited. That should be great. I keep teasing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that means that, You missed the moves? Yeah, that is one thing I'm a little bit afraid of, Jeff, is that we will just start collecting stuff, and that'll be that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some ombre stamping. I'm going to start off with some Prom Queen. I've done this before in some other videos, so let me just show you what we're doing and we'll move those colors out of the way. So I'm going to stamp here at the top, just kind of, and this is the Prom Queen. It's like a hot pink. I just figured we'd do that. But yeah, Jeff, that's my concern too, is that because we won't be moving as often, my husband is considering retirement, we will probably just collect stuff. So yeah. All right, so there's Prom Queen. Now, in order for me to do this, I am going to kind of take a microfiber cloth. Thank you, Sue. We are excited. And I'm just going to pounce up the color right here. So I'm just pouncing it up so it's not a really harsh line, as you can kind of see. Hey, Anne, I'm so glad you made it. All right, and then I am going to stamp that down. And it's super cold here right now, so I'm wearing long sleeves, and so I can do this. I know, Beth, the Simon Hurley inks are absolutely some of my favorites, for sure. Okay, and so since that is, I like the way that's stamped. That's stamped pretty good. We're going to go ahead and, hey, Jeanette, we're going to clean off. I'm using some Squeaky Clean. I love this stuff because it does a good job and it always smells good. And that one is apple pie. So I'm sure by the time I'm done, I'm going to want some apple pie. All right. More room for crafting supplies. Oof. Well, yeah, I will say this house will definitely have room for crafting supplies, but my hope is actually that I won't fill it. Maybe this move will prompt me to go through what I've got and just kind of, yeah, reevaluate. Okay, so this that I brought in was the Sike. And then again, we're going to take our microfiber cloth and we'll just pounce at the top. Probably went a little too high on that one. But one of the things I like about the Simon Hurley inks is that they layer over the top of each other really nicely. Okay, so now we've got a softer blend on both edges there. Hey, Anne. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited y'all are here. And then we're stamping that down, and let's see what, ooh, so it did this nice overlap there, which is really pretty. And then I'm going to clean this off again. Spray some more apple pie in here. I got this one around Thanksgiving. Oof, and I know they've got a bunch of new scents out, so I may have to go look. Northern Alberta. So I should not be complaining if it is -16 Celsius there. Oh my gosh. 13 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, no thanks. Yeah, thanks, Anne. We're excited. Yeah, reevaluation of crafting stuff. It's always a process. All right, now I'm going to bring in some Remember Me. And then we're just going to stamp that at the bottom, trying to make sure I have a little bit of overlap. I know, I'm really excited, Beth. I will absolutely get to design a new craft space. It's always fun for me. With our moves and military moves, it's, you know, sometimes we just don't know what we're getting into. And so it could be a closet that I craft out of. I have absolutely done that. It could be a basement, like a unfinished basement. I've done that too. Or it could be a room like I have right now. So it's actually exciting that we looked specifically for a house where I would have a space for myself. So, all right, -33 and so, oh, no. No. Okay, and look at that. It didn't, I've been having issues with the bottom half, or bottom, like, chunk of my Misty. And I know when it does that, sometimes it helps if I just flip it over and kind of use my fingers. Let's see if I can get that to do what it's supposed to do. It's getting better, but see, I still have color there and then still have issues. So let's see if I can really, that's the nice thing about things staying where they're supposed to and having these Misties, because you can go back over it a bunch of times if you need to. All right, let's see. It's getting better. Next time I'll just try and do it right out of the middle. That'll probably be just fine. You know what, I don't know if I'm going to get that. It may be too close to the bottom. So, yes, Jeff, I am excited. We specifically looked for anything that was 3-bedroom or above, so that way when kids come back, And I would also have a space. Okay, I'll just, you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to actually trim down the panel. But I really like how that turned out. You can see where the Sike and the Remember Me kind of overlapped a little bit. Hey, Donna! And I ended up getting like a little bit of green, and we have almost a little bit of orange. So they did, I think they kind of went well. All right, so I'm going to pull this out of here so that I can clean off the whole thing with our Squeaky Clean. And do I have a dry eraser? I do not. Like a dry erase marker? Because somewhere around here, since I was a homeschool mom, before they made you do it, that would, yeah. All right, so there we go. We're all cleaned up. And now let's move on to the next phase. So I'm going to, this is what I'm going to do. I've got a card panel already cut from some more of the stark white cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and score this. So this measures 5.5 by 8.5, so I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Carrie! Hey, Carrie, how are you? If y'all do not follow Carrie Rhodes, which I'm sure you all do, you best go over to her channel because she is like one of my crafting besties for sure. All right, I won that stamp at a live Brutus Monroe stream. Ooh, how fun! Yeah, this particular stamp, if that's the one, you did well because I love this. I mean, I feel like there's a lot you could do with it. Oh, I did not know that. Okay, okay. Good to know. All right, so this is going to be the exact measurement of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, and I'm actually going to tack it down with a little bit of Heffy tape. Yeah, well, if my internet had worked earlier, I had started one and then it didn't work, so. So I'm going to take some Heffy tape. It's basically like a Post-it tape, and I'm just going to line this up on there. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine with my die, the circle die that I plan to use. And that way everything will be all lined up. Well, Carrie, you're a sweetheart too, so. All right, so here are the dies. Let's see. Now, the stamp I want to use is this little guy. So let's see how that's going to work. And then I'll just tape that down with a little more Heffy tape. All right. So how many of y'all have made spinner cards before? If you've watched me, you know I've made a few of them. So many of you make them. All right, now we're going to run this through our die cutting machine. Yes, I clearly need new plates because they are so warped. It's going to get loud for a second. And I did it on top of both of them so it would just be easier rather than trying to line it up again. But you can do, I'm just, as I've said a million times, I'm a little bit of a lazy crafter. All right, so let's see if it worked. It should have worked. And it looks like it did. All right, it did work. So it popped a hole through. You haven't made one, Jim. Oh my goodness. Well, we can change that. Oh, you made a butterfly one? Aren't they fun? I just love them. I think they're so much fun. All right, I've discovered that this Heffy tape is awesome for this because it doesn't tear stuff. Thanks, Teresa. It is easy to collect over time, and that's why I got to go through stuff and kind of see what I have. You've never made one, Sue, but you want to. Well, okay, you got it. You do. You have to try it. I'm telling you, there's something about them. They're fun, and they always leave quite an impact, I think. Yeah. So rather than using the purple tape, this Heffy tape works a lot better, and it doesn't tear my paper. And even running it through this die cutting machine, because this is the one I have is the Gemini, it puts so much pressure that oftentimes it'll make my washi tape stick too. Hey, Roberta. You've never made one either, Carol? Well, today should be the day. All right, I'm going to save this piece because I don't know. I think it's pretty. I might put it behind, actually. And then we have a nice white circle. You wanted to say so much. Oh, you're downsizing, and we have to have collected too. Yeah, it is. One of these days, I'm sure I'll probably get to that point of downsizing also. Yes, Roberta, new house. No worries that you're late. I know this time frame isn't always great for everybody. You can't. Oh, you broke your left foot in 3 places on Sunday, Deanna. Oh my goodness, what were you doing? That's terrible. Oh my goodness, I hope you get better quickly. That is terrible. All right, so we see that it lines up perfectly, so when I go to put it back down, it'll be just fine. I'm going to go ahead and trim off. Yes, we did buy a new house, Carrie, and I think that Huntsville is going to be our forever home at this point. That doesn't mean that my husband is officially going to retire yet, but it's looking like we might. All right. So all I'm doing is trimming off about 1/8, ooh, maybe a little more than 1/8 of an inch on all the sides. So that way it'll just bring my thing down. I am making a spinner card, Roberta. We're using some of the new Simon Hurley Create stuff to make a spinner. I just had to. Let's hope everything lines up now. Let's see if I can be a good multitasker. You're not able to walk. Oh my gosh. She slipped on the bathroom rug. I am so sorry to hear that. Okay, clearly I did not cut that very well. But you know what? We're going to go with it, because I often like to have a little bit more white space. They don't tax your retirement. They won't tax our retirement here in Alabama either. So that is one of the reasons we chose Huntsville. You have cousins in Huntsville? Yes, it is a very nice town. All right, so now the next stage would be to stamp our image. So I'm going to pull out the stamp set. Had to use this one as my first one out of the new collection, although there's a lot of great products in the new collection. And I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that, Deanna. That is just, ugh, nothing will get you down more than that. And we'll use one of the new stamp blocks. Okay, so let's use this one. And then we're going to stamp him with some blackout ink. Yes, Barbara, I did it on purpose. Oopsie. That's okay. That is okay. All right. And how cute is he? He is adorable. All right. Now, I'm not going to stamp his back end yet, and I'll show you why. So we'll put him over here. Didn't want to. You're so sweet. All right. And here are the colors I'm going to be using. I've got some E81. Let's zoom in here real quick. Let's see if I can do it. All right. I did do it on purpose. All right. No taxing the retired veterans. I think that's been going on for a while, because it's one of the reasons we looked at this state to retire in. It was that or Texas. Have you? Well, Deanna, I'm glad that we can at least bring about something for you. That just stinks. All right, so I'm bringing out the E81. I'm just going to color all over. And this is the Stark White cardstock. This one is one of those cardstocks that I think it works fine for Copic markers, but you just can't keep your marker on there too long because it will bleed. And so, like I typically do, and as you can tell, I'm going to color this as a Siamese. Sorry, Jeff, no Iowa. We have decided that Huntsville is the place. Our daughter loves it here. I imagine she's probably going to be staying. We're only about 3.5 hours from this new house. This new house is only about 3.5 hours from Mom. Yeah, you do need that law. It's a fantastic law. I'm going to paint this guy to be like Max. So I'm going to use some E84. Isn't that cat cute? So we've got E84. And I'll do his ears. If you've seen me color Siamese at all, you know or at least color cats, you know I'm going to go this direction. This is how it is, folks. I may have to stamp another one on the inside, so that way I can have Miles on the inside. All right. Simon! You're popping in quick before dinner. Well, I'm sure you recognize all of these products. I had to use this one. It just was, yes. Oh, entered the military from Alabama to get that perk. Oh, I don't know. I didn't, no, I don't know that. I suppose that's something that we should look into. I'm sure my husband knows, because I always say these things and he's like, I already looked into it. So, in fact, it sounds like one of the boys is trying to get in here right now. Simon, well, yes, my cats are. Yes, they are pretty cute. Right now, it sounds like they're trying to break down the door to get in here. But yeah. You wear your spinner card out before you send it. Well, it can be fun to do that with a spinner card, that's for sure. I just figured this little cat, because he has a booty, Simon drew him to have a little, his backside, which is awesome. So I had to do this. Yes, Simon Hurley is, he is quite creative, and all of his stuff is pretty awesome, no doubt about it. All right, so now we've got Max all colored. Probably have to come back in and color the Miles. But I'm going to color his ears. We're going to do some RB02. And his nose. All right. Oh, you're not too late. Don't worry about that. Yes, he is a little cutie. I'll color his tongue that too. Might as well. Everything will be pink on there. And then we'll trim it out. Belgium? Well, hello. How late is it there in Belgium? Oh, I didn't know that. There's a lot of states that don't tax your military retirement. That's great. Good to know. All right, we're going to just trim this little guy out, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. In fact, I'm going to stop there. I'm only going to trim part of him because I want to show you what I want to do. I'm going to layer it over the top. I don't know, there's probably a better way, but we're going to do it this way, and I'm just going to follow this line because we're making a spinner. I'm just going to fussy cut around this little guy. All right. And there's a reason, there's a method to the madness. When I get to his ear, I'll actually start cutting again. I should have done this from the beginning. Yes, the kitty has a front and back. That's what I love about it. It's awesome. Oh, thanks, Donna. Well, you know I had to color it like a Siamese. They do want to say hi. Hey, Rebecca. Dinner break at work. Ooh. Yeah, I figured this, you know, I'm not 100% sure if this is the time I'll be doing it. I know a lot of folks are eating dinner around this time, but I just figured I would, this worked out for me this week, and with next week being the last one I'll be able to do for a few weeks. I figured that was it. It's nighttime, yeah, isn't it, Francine? That's what I figured. We just got done talking to our son, who is over in Germany right now. So, all right. So there, I've cut him out, and that's how it would go together. So now I'm going to take that back, and we're going to pull out his behind, and we're going to stamp it right over the top. So that was the best way I figured that Michael, speaking of my son in Germany, Michael, thank you for the super chat. That's my boy. That's my boy. Aw, thanks, buddy. You should be in bed. I know you don't have to go to work till later tomorrow, but you should be in bed. I do love that it is front and back. As soon as I saw that I had front and back, I knew I had to do a spinner. Thank you, Michael. All right, so now I'm just going to line it up over what I just cut out. Okay, so can you see that? I'm just lining that up, and then I'm going to stamp it down. Get your popcorn. Watch us craft. See? Look at that. So now I have the front and the back. How awesome is that? Yes, Michael, I know you can't usually catch a lot of my videos, but everybody who watches me hears about you. So, you know, they all know you. And Simon, I'm loving your stamp blocks. Oh my goodness. Your kitties are gingers. Oh, I love little ginger kitties too. All right, so now we'll just color these little guys, or this back end, just basically like I would of the front end. You know, fill that in. And using those same colors that I used before. All right, we'll bring in that E84. Have I tried the Fizz Spring Action Scissors? I actually have not. I've seen those. Yeah, I can take him out. I can take you out, Jim. I have seen those scissors, but I haven't tried them yet. Thank you, Teresa. I have had many years of experience with the fussy cutting, and I know a lot of people hate it, but to be honest with you, I don't mind it. All right, so we're just gonna add a little bit of their color. We'll add a little bit of the darker E87. Really? Oh, good to know, Simon. Oh, Beth, you all are so sweet. He's going to feel nice and loved if he didn't already before. All right, or add just a little bit of that. And then we'll be ready to put the spinner together. Just blending. You didn't see my background I made, Simon, because I think you came in a little bit after I did it. Ooh, your daughter, she attends the University of Germany, Sharon? Wow. You're not late to the party. It's all good. We could just keep on partying. No such thing as late, right? That's how I'm feeling anyway. Okay. All right, so now we've blended it out. We've got our kitty. He's sweet. And here is our part to the spinner. So here is the next part that we have to do. So I'm going to flip over his back end, and I have some invisible thread. If I can, since it's invisible, let's see if I can find the... you could do this with any kind of thread, but the invisible makes it nice because this way you can't see it. I like to cut it longer than my card, and then I fix that problem later. But this is how I'm going to do it. I am going to make sure that this, not lose my piece of thread, that's for sure. All right, here we go. And next I'm going to use and pull out some Scor-Tape. Let's see if this will work. I've got some more 1/4 inch Scor-Tape. Let's do 1/4 inch. That might work better on this. And then I'm going to stick it really close to the top here. And I'll stick it here. All right. Bye, Simon. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, and then we're going to peel off. You know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this on my cat, too. All right, baby. You sleep well. It was so good to get to hear your voice today. I love you, baby. We're having a great time. Thanks for stopping in, babe. All right, so I'm going to peel off this one. We'll take our invisible thread, which you probably can't even see, and we're just going to stick it across the middle of that. All right, now for the rest of it, I'm actually going to use a little bit of liquid glue, and I'm going to stick our kitty on there. All right. So, okay, So now you've seen that. And then we're just going to put our kitty right over the top. So he has his little front and his little back. He's all squared away. And I use the liquid glue because it gives me a little bit of an opportunity to kind of maneuver things around just a little bit. Okay, so here's his front and his back. How fun is that? All right. All right, bye, Rebecca. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, and now I'm going to peel off this because I'm going to stick this on top. So I can stick our kitty on there. I'm going to stick him sort of in the middle, and it's going to go right over the top. See, that's the one thing about the invisible thread. And then that way I'll stick that down. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put another piece over the top of that. Thanks, Sue. Okay, we're going to put another piece because I'm going to sandwich that piece of invisible thread in between there. I don't want that going anywhere. All right, you can peel this back because we'll be able to put the top on it. All right, and then I'm going to put, you have to, bye Beth. Yeah, if you, hey, hubby's home, I get it. You got to spend time with that significant other while they're there, right? All right, we're going to put some glue behind here. Have a great night, Beth. And then we're going to stick it right on top, kind of hoping I can manipulate that because I want that to stay in the circle. Okay, so there that is. I don't have the piece of string hanging down on there, but I do have it hanging here, so I can trim that. But then we'll show you how he spins. All right, so check it out. And then when you want to wind him up and spin him, how cool is that? I'm telling you, like zero effort, and I always love, love, love how that works. It's so much fun. Okay. But you want to use something nice and strong like the Scor-Tape so that your string doesn't get loose. It might get a little bit loose, but just so that it doesn't come out. How fun is that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so fun. So what we could do is we could put this behind him if we really wanted to. So that way he's kind of, what do you think? I would love your input. Do you think I should put this behind him or should we leave it white? Thanks, Beth. Because I'm not sure. I kind of like either way, but I don't want to waste this circle. I could make another card, I guess, but I just don't want to waste the circle. Thank you, Francine. I do have to make sure his eyes have little whites to them. I colored over them. Okay. All right, well, you know what? Maybe I will just go ahead and I'm going to put the circle behind him because I like it. I like the circle in there. You want behind him? Leave it white, Carrie? Okay. It would be cool to have it behind him. So we've got a few yeses. One don't do it. You do like it behind him, Deanna? I know I should probably save it for another card, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're doing it. Okay. There we go. And then it'll be like this really nice surprise when you open it up and he spins. Bing. I could play with that all day. Oh my gosh. Is it okay to make cards for yourself? Yes, Roberta, that's what I was just thinking. Give you the element of surprise. And majority rules. Okay, all right, so what I should have done is actually stamp the sentiment first. I'm notorious for that. I get ahead of myself. All right, what should we do here? Let's do a birthday. Let's do meow on the front, and then on the inside we could do the birthday sentiment. So because I wasn't thinking, and I should have put this, like I should have stamped the sentiment first, I'm going to pull in the Misty again, and then we'll put this on the inside because I don't trust myself after I did all that work to make sure that I don't mess it up. So let's put this down and stamp our sentiment, and it's just going to be the meow. Of course, if you mess it up, you can always put a piece of cardstock over the top, right? Carrie, oh my gosh. If I had your card talent, I'd be making all my cards for myself too. Thanks, Roberta. This is turning out fun. Okay, I like that. That works. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. And then on the inside we can do... Oh, zoom out. Good call. All right, here we go. Thank you, James, keeping me in check. Have a perfect birthday. That's what we'll do. We'll do it down on the bottom. I don't think I'm going to have enough room to put Miles on the inside. I just don't think I'm going to. So I'd have to make another card with Miles on it. I would. All right. I take a lot of risks, don't I? Yes, I'm terrible at mailing. I had intentions to get it mailed out today, but I'll tell you what, our mail here, I'm so sad. They just keep losing stuff. Like, and they tell me they're going to bring stuff, and then they don't. If you had any idea how many packages I've had to chase down and how many pieces just haven't shown up. I got an email the other day from a friend, and she's in the Netherlands, and she sent me a Christmas card, and it never showed up. Talk about sad. Yeah, Valentine's cards to send out. I have a bunch of those too. You do need to try them, Tara. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. Look at that. He was super easy too. He really, really was. I think spinner cards are one of my favorites. It's just with spinners, you have to be like how you make them. And I'm just going over his eyes because, you know, you have to be able to have the front and back mix or match up. So it's just a matter of sometimes finding the perfect images that will work with spinner cards. Snowflakes are always great for spinners. I do love sending happy mail. I just, anyway. Oh, that would have been cool, Barbara. That would have been a really good idea to color one side, just have it be a cat on both sides, like his face. What is this, right? And then I could add Max on one side and Miles on the other. So I think that turned out pretty fun. That turned out fun. Oh my gosh. I should have made another one. Oh, how fun. Oh, anyway. All right, we'll see you later, Carrie. Yes, you got voiceovers to do and dinner for the family. Yeah, I should probably think about that too. All right, well, you know what? That was actually a pretty fast card. That turned out a little quicker than I thought it was going to turn out. So we are done for today, kids. This is it. And so, yeah, I'm going to have everything I use linked down below. So if you need to, you know, check it out, if you want to go check out anything. But yeah, everything that I used, I'm going to have that link down below. That would be cute to have Miles poking his head out of the corner. That's a good thought. That is absolutely a good thought. I wonder if there's a small enough one that would work. But he wouldn't get in the way. I don't know. Yeah. If I'd have been thinking, oh, he would have fit down at the bottom, but I put that sentiment there. Okay. Well, for next time. For next time. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go take off. I'm going to go help with dinner. I say help because, you know, nowadays I'm just not cooking. That would be my husband. I did it all those years, and now all of a sudden he's really good at it. Well, thank you for coming in, Barbara. Thanks, Sue, Carol, Donna, Roberta, everybody. Thanks for stopping in, Deanna. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Love y'all, and I will see you next week. We'll figure out a time to do something next week, and so there you go. All right, guys, I will see you later and see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.